Odin's Eye and Mimir's Well, a Norse tale. In the shadow of Yggdrasil, the world tree, where reality bends and magic seeps through the cracks of existence, there lived a god named Odin. Young by divine standards, barely a millennium old, Odin was consumed by an insatiable thirst for knowledge that burned hotter than the fires of Muspelheim. Asgard, the realm of the gods, was a place of golden halls and eternal feasts, where the Aesir lived in seeming bliss. But for Odin, the mead-soaked revelry and boastful tales of battle grew stale. He yearned for something more, something deeper. The secrets of the universe called to him like a siren's song, pulling him towards the edges of the known world. It was on one of his wanderings, disguised as a traveler in a worn cloak, that Odin first heard whispers of Mimir's Well. Hidden in the roots of Yggdrasil, where the world of giants met the realm of gods, the well was said to contain all the wisdom of the cosmos. Those who drank from its waters would gain knowledge beyond mortal comprehension. The tale ignited a fire in Odin's mismatched eyes, one blue as the summer sky, the other dark as a storm cloud. He knew then that he would stop at nothing to find this well, to drink deep of its knowledge, no matter the cost. Odin's journey took him through realms both wondrous and perilous. He crossed the rainbow bridge Bifrost, its crystalline surface glimmering beneath his feet. He traversed the icy wastes of Niflheim, where the bitter cold bit at his flesh and the howling winds threatened to tear away his cloak. He skirted the edges of Jotunheim, the land of giants, always watchful for the enormous figures that lurked in the mist-shrouded mountains. As he traveled, Odin gathered knowledge and power. He learned the secrets of the runes, ancient symbols of power that could bend reality itself. He mastered the art of seed, a form of magic that allowed him to see into the future and shape the threads of fate. But still, it was not enough. The well of Mimir called to him, promising depths of wisdom he had yet to fathom. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of searching, Odin found himself at the base of Yggdrasil. The world tree towered above him, its branches stretching into the heavens and its roots plunging deep into the earth. And there, nestled among those gnarled roots, he saw it, a small, unassuming pool of water that glimmered with an otherworldly light. Mimir's Well. As Odin approached, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Mimir himself, the wisest of all beings, guardian of the well. His ancient eyes held the weight of eons, and when he spoke, his voice rumbled like distant thunder. Odin Borson, Mimir said, I have been expecting you. You seek the wisdom of my well. Odin nodded, trying to hide the eagerness in his voice. I do. I would drink from its waters and gain the knowledge of the cosmos. Mimir's laugh was like the creaking of old trees. And what would you offer in exchange, young god? The wisdom of the well comes at a price. Are you willing to pay it? Without hesitation, Odin replied, Name your price. I will pay whatever is necessary. A grim smile played across Mimir's ancient features. The price is steep, Odin. To drink from the well, you must sacrifice that which is most precious to you. You must give up that which allows you to see the world as it is. Realization dawned on Odin, and a chill ran down his spine. My eye, he whispered. You want one of my eyes? Mimir nodded solemnly. Your eye, cast into the depths of the well. Only then will you be permitted to drink. Odin stood silent for a long moment, weighing the cost against the reward. To give up half his sight, to forever view the world through only one eye, it was a terrible price. But the promise of cosmic wisdom, of knowledge beyond imagining, called to him like nothing ever had before. With trembling hands, Odin reached up to his face. He hesitated for just a moment before plunging his fingers into his right eye socket. The pain was excruciating, a white-hot agony that threatened to overwhelm him. But Odin did not cry out. He gritted his teeth and, with a final, decisive motion, tore the eye from his head. Blood streamed down his face as he held the eye out over the well. With this sacrifice, he said, his voice hoarse with pain, I claim the right to drink from Mimir's well. He released the eye, watching as it fell into the shimmering waters below. The moment it touched the surface, the well began to glow with an intense, otherworldly light. The water bubbled and swirled, and Odin could see flashes of images in its depths, past, present, and future all mingling together in a dizzying whirlpool of knowledge. Mimir gestured towards the well. "Drink, Odin Borson, and receive the wisdom you seek." Odin knelt at the edge of the well, cupped his hands, and brought the glowing water to his lips. As he drank, he felt the knowledge of the cosmos flood into him. Visions of creation and destruction, of the rise and fall of worlds, of the intricate web of fate that bound all things together, it all poured into his mind in a torrent of information. When at last he lowered his hands, Odin felt changed. The world around him seemed sharper, clearer, despite the loss of his eye. He could see the threads of destiny weaving through reality, could understand the deep magics that underpinned existence itself. But with this newfound wisdom came a heavy burden. Odin saw the threads of his own fate, and the fate of all the gods. He saw Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, looming in the future, a cataclysmic battle that would end their reign and remake the world anew. As he rose to his feet, Mimir regarded him with a mixture of respect and pity. "You have gained great wisdom, Odin," the ancient being said, "but remember that knowledge often brings sorrow as well as power. How will you use what you have learned?" Odin stood tall, his remaining eye gleaming with newfound purpose. "I will use it to prepare," he declared. "To gather strength and knowledge, to delay the coming darkness for as long as possible. And when Ragnarok comes, as I now know it must, I will face it with all the wisdom and power I have accrued." With that, Odin turned from the well, his cloak billowing behind him as he set off to return to Asgard. He knew that difficult times lay ahead, that the burden of foresight would weigh heavily upon him. But he also knew that he had gained something invaluable, the wisdom to guide his people through the trials to come. In the ages that followed, Odin became known by many names: the All-Father, the Wanderer, the God of Wisdom and War. But in quiet moments, when he stood alone atop his great hall of Valhalla and gazed out at the realms with his single eye, he would remember that day at Mimir's well. He would feel the weight of cosmic knowledge pressing down upon him, and he would steel himself for the challenges yet to come. For Odin had learned that true wisdom was not just about knowing the secrets of the universe. It was about understanding the consequences of that knowledge, and having the courage to act in the face of even the darkest futures. And so, with his sacrifice etched into his very being, Odin the One-Eyed continued to watch over the 9 worlds, a solitary guardian armed with the wisdom of Mimir's well, ever vigilant against the coming of Ragnarok.